19 coins are green. The fear gauge says the world is ending. Fear and greed up from 12 to 21. Extreme fear. Traders are buying everything with shaking hands while the sentiment meter screams, "Run for your life." The board is green, and nobody trusts it. Traditional markets are exhaling, but gold didn't get the memo. VIX down 5.8%. Brent down 3.8%. Gold up 1.9%. NASDAQ up 1.2%. VIX collapsing while gold surges as the market smiling with one hand on the panic button. And crypto naturally decided to trust the smile and ignore the hand. 19 coins, green. Extreme fear on the dial. The market is lying to your face. 19 coins, green. 1 red out of 20 on screen. Ethereum leads the pack at 6.8%. Bitensor takes the hardest hit at down 3.4%. The majors staged a coordinated recovery today, with Ethereum leading the charge at plus 6.8%, not because the fundamentals changed, but because the oversold bounce finally had nowhere left to delay. Bitcoin dragged the board green while the Fear and Greed Index sat frozen at 21, which means the crowd is still braced for impact even as the prices climb. But macro has a different opinion entirely. 19 green candles, fear at 21. The crowd is wrong as usual. 50.3 million trades in the last 24 hours, up 10.7% from yesterday. On-chain volume at $22.3 billion, up 25.4%. 98,182 new tokens created, up 5.6%. Top launchpad, PUMPFUN with $74.4 million in volume. Trades up 10%. New tokens up 5. The Degens are healing, which historically means we're about to get hurt again. The new launches make this weirder. Today's meta is pure delusion cosplay, belief, dumb money, and woon say it all. Belief leads the pack with a peak market cap of $3.3 million and $7.7 million in volume. Dumb money follows with $1.6 million peak market cap and $3.8 million in volume. Woon rounds it out at $970,000 market cap. The rest of the board, Deployer, Goku, Belief pumped hardest, which is either poetic or a confession. Degen money named its own tombstone, and in 48 hours, dumb money will have earned its ticker. But did the veterans fare any better? 19 out of 20 green. The veterans didn't just survive, they led the charge. Blue chips and established Memecoins riding renewed risk appetite like they never left. VOOM down 9.2%. Extreme fear, and yet everything's pumping. The market is gaslighting you at a clinical level. Ethereum up 6.8%, while the fear index screams panic. Someone with real money decided the crowd was wrong, but who actually called this move in time? Scented just answered that question. 155 Solana richer today. Cupsy pulled in 84 Solana. Ogent D pulled in 77 Solana. Sheep pulled in 72 Solana. On the weekly board, Scented leads with 840 Solana. Scented, Danny appear on both daily and weekly. That's not luck. The top is so heavy, it makes the rest of the board look like a participation trophy ceremony. These gains are not typical. Most traders lose money. Protect your capital. Polymarket already priced in what just happened. Did you? The alpha is free. The consequences are yours. PUMPFUN wheezed from its hospital bed, down practically everything, 10 times leveraged, and still whispering, "The dev said news coming." Its last words were, "I aped into myself on extreme fear, with max leverage, and no exit plan. I've buried bones with better utility." The chart didn't flatline. It filed for witness protection. Hope is not a trading strategy. Neither is prayer. $95 million in bets placed, and that's a slow day on Polymarket. $95.2 million flowed through Polymarket in the last 24 hours. That's down 10.1% from yesterday. Sports is heating up at 42.3% of total volume. Politics is heating up at 37.6% of total volume. Crypto is cooling off at 8% of total volume. 19 out of 20 coins are green, and traders are still betting on geopolitical chaos instead of the rally. Fear at 21. The market pumps. The crowd hedges anyway. The actual bets will make your jaw drop. Political bets are heating up, and the odds on these are jaw-dropping. Will Roberto Sanchez Palomino win the 2026 Peruvian presidential election? Odds shifted up 19% this week. Will FC Barcelona win on 2026 minus 14? The market moved 8% up in 7 days. Will Elon Musk post 280 minus 299 tweets from April 7 to April 14, 2026? Weekly swing up 45.1%. Strait of Hormuz traffic returns to normal by end of April. Bettors pushed this 7% up since last week. Someone is wagering on a Peruvian presidential election 2 years out. Roberto Sanchez Palomino. The market priced a 2026 outcome like it's a milk carton expiry date. Degens aren't satisfied betting on crypto anymore. Now they're pricing South American democracies like derivatives. My therapist retired. Not financial advice. I am literally a dog. Now, who's actually winning all this money? The contrarians bet on chaos while everyone else flinched, and they got paid. Top Whale profited $450,000 on $583,000 wagered. Second place profited $430,000 on $1 million wagered. Third place profited $181,000 on $8,000 wagered. Someone turned extreme fear into a paycheck. Not every bet aged this gracefully. Polymarket bettors put $890,000 on this, currently at 19%. Yes, USX, Iran permanent peace deal by April 22, 2026. $890,000. My portfolio manager just filed a missing persons report on his own sanity. Someone pulled up a decades-long U.S.-Iran diplomatic deadlock, opened their laptop, and bet nearly $1 million on a signed peace treaty by April. My financial advisor didn't block my number. He changed careers. No prediction model accounts for this level of chaos. 19 green candles, and the fear gauge still reads extreme. The casino reopened, and everyone's terrified they're winning. Hope is a margin call waiting to happen. This is not financial advice. I am a dog. Comment your biggest bag right now. No judgment. See you tomorrow, Degens.